Hey,
Welcome on. Welcome on.
it's great to be here.
How's
Hey
everything
man,
going?
remind us what your name is. Sorry, I was trying to remember your name, but
Yeah,
I was
my name is
blanking.
Mike, so I'm Ivy Tech Mike on.
Mike. I
Yeah,
knew it was Mike, bro. I was gonna say Mike, but I didn't want to say a wrong name, so
no,
apologies.
it's cool, it's cool. I just wanted to promote the company on the name with the smart there, the ticker.
I got you.
No, love it, love it. No, so I remember the first time you came on stream, you were on the move, but you still made time to come on MCG. You told us a lot about your
Were you
product,
having a
what you're
kid or
building.
something? I remember you were like in a hospital or something.
No, he had to take his family to the doctor, I
Oh
believe.
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Everything's good there. Everything's good there.
everything's good. I actually returned back to that same medical office to close on some contracts, so I have a lot of big news today.
Woo.
Let's go.
Yo, this guy, I love it. I love it. All right,
Love it.
well, let's dive right into this. Since you've been on the show last, MCG has grown quite a bit. So for the new audience that hasn't, that didn't get a chance to watch the last interview, really quick, tell us who you are, tell us what you're building, and we'll start
Great.
there.
So yeah, I'll jump into who I am, what I'm building, and then I'll just get right into the news right after that, if you don't mind. I just
Of course,
pumped
of
up,
course.
So thanks for having me back. Last time we talked, Smart Practice was just another AI healthcare play with a token attached. Today, we're going to walk you through something that I haven't seen in this space before. And I obviously will see it more, but in healthcare, I haven't seen it. So we're a project that has just generated $22,870 in monthly recurring revenue in a single week since announcing our automation with Dentrix, with approximately 10,000 of that coming as direct token buybacks from enterprise customers. Not promises, not roadmaps, actual revenue. So I'm going to break down how this is actual even possible. So first context, Smart Practice, we're an AI medical scribe specifically built for dental practices right now. We're going to expand. We transcribe patient notes, generate clinical notes, and handle documentation. Basically, we save the doctors like 2 to 3 hours on administrative work every single day. But here's where it gets interesting, because from an investment standpoint, recently we announced a partnership with Henry Schein. And for those who don't know, Henry Schein is a Fortune 500 company. They're the largest distributor of healthcare products and services to office-based practitioners in North America. There's a lot there, but I think you could break that down. But they own Dentrix, which is the #1 dental practice management software in the United States. So think about what that means. Dentrix has roughly 90% market penetration in the dental space. When you partner that company and you get into their infrastructure, 9 out of 10 dental practices you are now have access to in terms of distribution channel. At least you're getting the distribution channel to every dentist. So that's basically what we've got. So now here's where basically the rubber hits the road, and I just get right into it. We went to the Florida Dental Convention. We generated 51 qualified leads. I had mentioned that the last time I was on this podcast. Since the Dentrix integration went live, we went back to those 51 leads, and in the last week, literally 7 days, we closed 25 enterprise contracts. So I'm going to give you the breakdown of that. 25 customers signed. Those contracts comprise of over 100 total users out of those practices. Each user is paying $99 per month, and the average practice has 5.2 users. So if you do the math on that, that's 100 users, $99 equals roughly 10,000 in monthly recurring revenue. But we said it was 22,000 to start, right? And that's where I get really into it. The other 12,870, where does that come from? This is the part that crypto investors sit up and pay attention to. A significant portion of the enterprise contracts chose to pay in smart tokens, not because we forced them, but because not because of some convoluted tokenomics scheme, none of that. They chose to pay in smart because it unlocks additional functionality. When practices pay with smart, they get access to our patient intake coordinator. This is an AI front desk administrator that handles patient check-ins, appointment confirmations, insurance verification, all the stuff that requires a full-time person. So basically, why does this matter for crypto? Most crypto projects generate token demand from speculation, staking rewards, governance rights. This token is bolted onto the product, not as an afterthought. The business functions with it. The business cannot function without it. They're getting access to a whole nother product with this. We're different. The token has real utility. I'm just going to end this and we can get into questions, but I'll talk about our flywheel effect here. So Henry Schein partnership gives us access to 90% of the dental market. Dentrix integration makes adoption frictionless. Enterprise customers sign up for the Scribe. We get SaaS revenue. A portion of them upgrade to the AI front desk. That's the token buybacks. The token buybacks create scarcity and price appreciation. higher token price increases the perceived value of the upgrade. Everyone makes money basically. So I mean, that's my update. We're doing great from a business side of things. I can't wait for this to just keep going. And now we have monthly recurring revenue in terms of that initial pay. Obviously, the upgrade we're working through that. But I mean, you can go there right now. We have a website, SmartPracticeAI/trusted-partners, and you can look through every one of our partners right now. These aren't anonymous wallets or bot accounts. They're real businesses with real websites, real addresses, real Google reviews. You can call them if you want. This is the kind of transparency that should be standard in crypto, I feel. So that's my update.
Don't tell crypto Twitter people to call your clients because they will.
Don't call them. Don't call them. But yes, you can at least check on the partnerships.
Yeah.
But that's what we have going today. I would love to just get into it.
Yeah. So I mean, look, there's first off, congrats.
That was fire. Yeah.
Yeah. Like we love the excitement. We love the fact that you came prepared. You have all like the juicy metrics that we love to break down and analyze. So really love that. There's a lot to break down there. So I want to backtrack real quick just to kind of just rehash all of this. So number one, you have SmartPracticeAI has AI powered agents that help kind of make workflow a lot easier for these at least right now, dental offices. Kind of walk us through the various AI services that you offer first. Yeah. I guess we'll just start there.
Okay, so the various AI services we offer. The first service we offer is an AI medical scribe transcription tool. So basically, as the doctor is speaking in an appointment, the phone is recording and it takes all of the information that they have and it puts it into HIPAA compliant clinical notes. These notes have to be submitted to insurances for doctors to get paid. So what we're doing is making this frictionless. They spend extra hours doing this and we're cutting that off. That's one feature. Another feature we have is patient records transfer. So every time you go to a different doctor, your records have to be transferred over, and that process is super arduous. So what we do is use AI to make that process instant. If you're using our tool to create the clinical notes, it's very easy to simply transfer those notes over to another doctor. I could get more into that. It has to do with fire standards and compliance and healthcare standards that makes that easy to transfer over the systems within HIPAA regulated and fire regulated standards, but all of that has been figured out. Another feature we have, custom integrations and templates. So no matter what integration, even if we are not automated with your integration, with your EMR, you can build your EMR basically on our practice and automate for yourself. That's another feature. And then the last feature that we charge for, this one is only smart tokens that we charge, is the patient intake support. So basically, if you are coming to an appointment and you haven't filled out your notes, like a lot of people haven't, and who likes filling out the online portal before your doctor, you get to the visit, AI calls you, asks you a few questions and gets the automatic answers that they need so that you're not waiting in the waiting room and that the doctors can see more people in the day. Those are our 4 core main features.
Wow. So AI actually reaches out to patients and calls them and has a conversation?
Yes, we have an automated agent that calls the patient. It calls them one day before, calls them 12 hours before, 6 hours before, 3 hours before, just to ensure that we get the proper information so that they're not sitting in the waiting room. You ever got to a doctor's appointment and they give you, and now you're wasting everybody's time. You don't realize you are, but you kind of are, So we cut that whole process for them.
And so does your company does it offer like billing services? Because there's not only Scribe for taking notes, patient notes based on what's discussed in the visit, and then you have the intake covered. There's also a billing side. I just want to see like how much cost and time you're cutting out from some of these practices. Is the billing included in any of that?
Right now, billing is the next area we want to expand into. We wanted to be.
That's a massive unlock. Holy crap. Okay, keep going. I'm sorry.
No, you touched the nail on the head, right? We have a huge opportunity we haven't even touched yet, because we want to put in a technical term. We want to master the front end before we even go to the back end. So like we're getting people on before we're even doing the complete sales cycle. So now that they're here, obviously we can easily upsell them on the complete sales cycle.
Wow. Okay. So just for the audience, and I think I mentioned this even on the last call that we had. I have a medical background. I was an EMT and an ER, one of the top three busiest ERs in the US for 6, 7 years. So I saw quite a lot
Thank
in
you for
my
your work.
time, and yeah, no, appreciate it. Thank you. And yeah, I've seen quite a bit. And the other thing I've seen many doctors' offices. I've seen many ERs. I've seen many hospital setups. But when you get to outpatient, not in the hospital setting, but outpatient in doctors' offices, what these offices all need, they need a front desk personnel, right? Someone to welcome people in, take all of the patient care information, and make sure that these folks are checked in. They need billing, right? They need someone to be able to translate what's done from the doctor side to be able to bill, whether it is insurance or if they're self-pay or whatever. And then lastly, the other thing is in the back alongside doctors, you have nurses and techs as well. What healthcare companies have done is they're trying to actually roll back costs. They're trying to cut costs by seeing where they can implement technology. So a lot of times they've actually been able to cut out certain personnel just by just by adopting a piece of technology. One thing was a CPR machine that we adopted at one of the ERs that I was working at. So that essentially made some personnel kind of useless in a sense. So just saying all of that to say, Smart is actually taking all of this resources and time that's dedicated to onboarding and paying personnel to do all these things, and they're essentially saying, "Hey, don't even worry about all that stuff. We got an AI front desk personnel. Take that off your shoulders. We got the personnel, a scribe that doctors would need to pay for. We'll just have AI record your stuff, and it's all HIPAA compliant." And then on top of that, we're going to have a billing. So that way you'll be able to bill them all automated, all solution. And they're taking all of that off the shoulders of a practice, which is essentially taking costs off them. Did I get all that correct?
You nailed it. You nailed it, man. That's exactly what it is. That's the exact vision.
Dude,
Well,
that's
the
that's
exact
crazy.
it's more than vision now. We're doing it, So that's the action. That's the plan we've put in action.
Got it. Got it. So I want to dig into something that you were saying earlier when you were kind of going through everything. Um, you mentioned that you were integrated into um it, I forget, there was something that provided like 90%, 98%
Authentic,
market
yeah.
exposure. Can you kind of go through that one more time for us and just kind of give us an idea of how large this entity is and how that benefits Smart Practice?
Oh yes, for sure. So, I mean, well, I'll backtrack a little bit. So the first integration that we got was with Epic. Um, Epic is the number one, is absolutely the number one like EMR for everything, but it wasn't specifically with dentists. Dentrix is specifically with dentists, and who owns Dentrix is Henry Schein. Henry Schein is a Fortune 500 company. I could give you even more. Like Henry, hold on, I'm gonna pull up the stats if you don't mind. Like it's a pretty
Yeah,
big.
please.
It's not. It won't even take me too long. I would rather give people an accurate outlook of their company. So their annual revenue in 2024, the company we just entered a partnership with, was 12.7 billion. Quarter two of 2025, they brought in 3.24 billion. Their market cap as of August 2025 is 8.44 billion. So what I want to go into specifically with this is we're connected to Dentrix. So Dentrix is one of their products, and we have an official integration. So what this means is we are partnered with them. Like, as in Henry Schein has a sales team right now, and that sales team is probably comprises of about 6,000 members that are calling people every day to sell them on Dentrix, right? We are now in that system. It's going to take some paperwork, obviously. It's going to take a few more meetings, but it won't be long before we have 6,000 salespeople who are basically operating for Smart. They will be selling Smart Practice as an add-on to Dentrix. We will be in the official Dentrix marketplace, meaning we are the only AI medical scribe basically exposed to 90% of the dental market because everyone's been focused on doctors right now.
Wow, that's really powerful. So huge services that you're offering now. You have exposure to practically all of the market almost. um and I guess the part that I want to make sure that I'm getting down correct is the token integration aspect. So something that we've talked about on these streams a lot of times is uh projects that try to integrate the token sometimes kind of handicap themselves because, yeah, obviously, interacting with the blockchain, the UI tends not to be always the best. How are you kind of making that side of things frictionless for clients that choose to pay for services by means of the token?
Yeah, honestly, it's hard. It's really hard. That's probably the most difficult part of everything, right? Because it's like there's no direct way. And that's what I wanted to look more into, what this X402 payments were, and to sort of see what that's all about. I don't know if we would integrate that or not. But right now, we're pretty much just doing things very, very simply. Like they sign up, they register, we contact them, and we send them an email with instructions on like how they can download a Phantom wallet and buy Smart. And this is going to be a discount. And right now, it's almost operating like we're selling. We have to make a whole nother sale. Like first, we're selling on the tech, then we have to sell them on paying with Smart. So right now, I would not say it's frictionless at all. It's just we're actually getting some results, and it's working, but it's not frictionless. And I would love for someone to build some technology to make it frictionless.
Interesting. Is this Josh, would you say this is like a privy thing? Like would that kind of simplify that?
Yeah, I think so actually the guy we had on before, maybe we'll set a connection with you. He had a service that's kind of like Privy. So it's basically you set up a Solana wallet that's single purpose to that instance or that product that you're using, rather than you like connecting your wallet, signing a transaction, and now your wallet with millions of dollars is using some random app. Instead, it's just it spins you up a wallet on that product, and then you just fund it and then can use it. I think what you're describing is so you're describing the on-chain component. So actually that would help with the on-chain component. Obviously, they would still need to get like stable coins. So they'd have to have like a Coinbase account or something that they can actually send the funds to this, specific single use wallet. They're kind of like, think of them as like throwaway wallets, right? Where you just use it for the app that you're using, and then you withdraw the funds off to your main wallets or whatever. But anyways, we'll set up a relationship there, and maybe he can help you out because he's creating something similar to what Privy is, which Privy got bought by Stripe, and they have 75 million wallets created doing this kind of thing. But yeah, I think what you're alluding to also is like you don't also want to handicap your users, right? Like if you're doing two sales, one that's a crypto sale, that's can almost make your other sale not go so well, right? So it's kind of like, focus on core product, and then, if you do revenue stuff with your token in the background, I mean, it's kind of a little bit as you as an operator, but I think that's a good way to go about it, so you're not handicapping the sale.
No, that's yeah, I think that would be like
I'm a
the
sales
biggest
guy
thing.
at heart. Like I always try to make it so easy for my clients. Anytime you introduce additional complexity, it adds an easy no. And I know these practices, they're busy. Like those people are exhausted too. They've worked in healthcare as Chill has, and it's like you just got to make it easy. So
But
Yeah,
I think you have like an awesome
you're
product. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
yeah,
good.
go ahead, Mike.
Oh no, I was just agreeing with everything that you said.
Yeah,
Awesome,
yeah,
awesome. So, I mean, like I was saying, I think you have like a really awesome product that
yeah.
you offer. I mean, obviously, you're already generating revenue. Talk to us a little bit about your clients. So, you mentioned that you went to the dental convention. You onboarded, I believe it was like 25 or 27 clients over the enterprise clients over the last 7 days. Talk to us about, I guess, the future. Kind of, what are you looking at? How are you looking at continuing to kind of grow this pipeline, and talk to us a little bit about what else you have coming.
For sure. So yeah, we have another conference coming, and so This time, I'm not going to be contacting them back. I'm going to be signing them up on the spot. This time, it's the largest dental conference in the United States, Greater New York Dental meeting. It's coming up last day of November through December 3rd. We're sponsors, official vendor sponsors. They're expecting over 30,000 attendees there. This is primarily for dentists and the people who work under dentists. So, I mean, the way I look at it is if there were only 5,000 to 7,000 people at the Florida Dental Convention, and that turned into what it turned into in terms of 25 contracts signed and the revenue coming in, I don't see how we don't do a large multiple of that if we're going to the largest dental conference in the United States and our product is ready, as in we can demo them live. We can show them how it works live. I went to the Florida Dental Conference. I did not have a booth, as in it was a black curtain behind me. I was looking so unprofessional. We are a real business now. We have a professional setup. We have a
Hey man, you're hustling. Got to make it work.
That's what I'm saying. We have customers now. So I honestly, I see us being able to add 50 to 100,000 AR at the end of November.
Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. One thing I also wanted to just talk about, I'm just kind of like going through the website, like tinkering with some things. Usually you have like, 6 to 7 clinicians in there. They're each working 40 hours a week. So I like the fact that you have this kind of like this cost savings feature on your website. I think that's super awesome. One thing I wanted to ask about was I saw earlier on the website here was your Epic integration.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to just hover over this for a moment. For the listeners out there, viewers out there, if you've ever been to the doctors and your doctors or the nurse is like typing mysterious things into the computer, they're likely using Epic. Can you talk to us a little bit about the Epic integration, what that does for your product, and how that makes things better for you?
Oh yeah, the Epic integration is huge. I mean, the partnership is huge. That has been 100% verified on X. So like what that does, basically, it allows us to get access to over 67,000 practices and sell to them, and they can use our technology. We are a real AI medical scribe, right? Like if you're not integrated with Epic, I don't know how you're going to sell your solution to the people, to the doctors. So yes, we're focused on dentists right now, but once we expand and even as we continue to just attract more and more people, especially enterprise deals like regional hospitals, like let's say Florida Regional Surgery Center, right? 100% chance, 90%, 95% chance they're using Epic. So if you didn't have a partnership with Epic, you couldn't sell to them. We have that partnership. It's been verified. You can go look at our announcement on X. They officially responded to us. We've signed the contract. So we are real partners with them. And what that does is make us a legit AI medical scribe. If somebody says they're an AI medical scribe and they don't have any logos on their website, meaning they haven't been approved by any big companies as a partner, then that's going to be hard for them to actually achieve, right? So that logo shows that we are legally partnered with Epic and have access to over 67,000 organizations.
That's awesome. A little lore on me. My wife is also an orthopedic nurse, and she uses Epic every day, every shift. She spends, to the credit of your website here, and again, this tool, she spends a lot of time on charting, taking notes, documenting what patients are going through. So again, I love the fact that you have this tool on your website. Very sleek, very clean. I guess the other thing, just kind of wrapping up here, closing thoughts. I don't know, Josh, if you had any questions, but what are you excited about? What are you most excited about right now? What's your roadmap looking like? I know you're focused on dentists right now. What are the plans for expanding that to maybe other niches or sectors within healthcare? Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we have a good strategy with that, or at least what I think is a good strategy, right? So in order to attack these things, what we have to figure out is, 1, are they a medical practitioner? 2, are they connected to a hospital system? So are we going after an enterprise contract or an individual contract? So, I mean, overall, to simplify the whole thing, basically, I'm most excited about attracting people from conferences, yes, but also enterprise contracts. So we have a salesperson right now under us. He goes to UCSB. We have a strategy to attract sales enterprise contracts 500. So what I mentioned was like individual, this enterprise-ish, like individual chains with 2 to 3 offices, but we're going after hospitals and regional systems now. So what that means is we're going to be, it's hard to like give the details without giving away like the secret sauce, but there's a middleman in between the regional hospitals, the large hospitals, and then the medical scribes that get linked with them, right? The middlemen are who we're connecting to. They're the ones who write the RFPs, requests for proposals. So if we sell our technology to the people who write the requests for proposals, they are now in position to basically make us an automatic winner of the RFP that the regional hospital or the national hospital puts out. So let's say Kaiser wants, we have a dental office. We need a dental practice management system. They're going to go to the middleman, who I won't name right now, who we've identified, and say, hey, can you create an RFP for us? Saying we want a system that deals with dentists, can do this, that, and a third. We are going to sell to that middleman so that when those regional, national hospitals come to them, they have Smart Practice in mind, and we're closing $1-2 million contracts.
Wow. So just putting yourself in good position. What were you going to say, Josh? I saw you were going to say something.
Yeah, I think we got to wrap this segment up. This has been crazy, Mike.
Yeah.
I think given Chill's medical background and just this kind of conversation, I think we'd love to connect with you after at some point and just see how we can collaborate going forward, because I like products like this, and this is really interesting, and I think communicating it to crypto Twitter is really important. I don't think crypto Twitter fully understands the how big of an industry healthcare is in the US and how important it is to have these relationships with resellers like that. So yeah, happy to set that up later. But
yeah, I would love to.
This was good.
I'll DM Dom and then try and set that up.
Yeah, man, let's get a TG set up. This is great. By the way, we're like, this is exactly why I love ICM is, we want to highlight guys like yourself that are building something real. I know you had a co-founder, I believe he was a technical co-founder. How's he doing?
Yeah. He's great.
Cooking.
He's cooking right now.
Yeah. Make sure he's signed to a long-term contract. That guy seems like he's cooked heavily. But yeah, we would love, like, I think maybe offline we'll get like a deeper product demo, even if possible, and like really work through it. And I know, I don't know, Chill, what you think about that, but we should probably wrap this here.
Yeah, no, 100%. Definitely. We'll talk offline, off stream, and we'll get some things worked out. But look, we appreciate you coming on, Mike, to share with us the product, what you guys are working on. I think you guys are like literally on the cusp of kind of like breakout from what it sounds like. So all the best on the next convention that you're going to. All the best on the upcoming sales, and appreciate your time coming on with us today.
Great. Thanks, guys. Thanks so much.
All right. See you, Mike. Always a pleasure.
See ya.
Cheers.